So good day everyone, I am Janelyn Garson and I am going to teach all of you about how to make a sinking fund schedule using a Microsoft Excel. So sinking fund, what is sinking fund? A sinking fund is a fund containing money set aside or saved to pay off a debt or a bond. So next is the problem. So, a fund of $10,000 is to be created by 5 quarterly payments at the rate of 3% compounded quarterly. Find the quarterly deposit and construct a table showing the growth of the fund. So, here are the given. Our F is equal to $10,000. Our J is equal to 3% or 0.03. Our T or the time is equal to 5 years since it is a 5 quarterly payments. So our M is equal to 4 and our I is equal to J over M is equal to 0.03 over 4 is equal to 0.0075. Our N is equal to T times M is equal to 5 times 4. And the answer is 20. So, in the Microsoft, and using a Microsoft Excel this is. So, I prepared here the sinking fund schedule. So we have an initial amount which is 0 since we don't have an initial amount. Then the rate is 0.0075 and we get this by 0.03 divided by 4. And then we have a period which is 20 since 5 we have a 5 years times 4 since it is a compounded quarterly. Then we have a future value which is $10,000, and then we have the payment which is 400. Wait, we have a payment which is 465.31, and we get this by putting and PMT, and then open parentheses, then click the rate. Next is the period, and then the initial amount, and then negative future value, and then 0. Then close parentheses and then enter. So we have 465.31. And as what I prepared the periods, initial amount, interest, quarterly payment, and the final amount. So we have 20 periods since our N is 20. We have 20 periods. Next is and how to get an initial amount. So in the initial amount we put a 0 since our initial amount is 0. Then the interest is, by getting the interest is we need to multiply the initial amount and the rate. So we put the initial amount, we put an equal sign and then click the initial amount and then put an sign of a multiplication and then the rate, and then put a dollar sign before and after of the rate. So we just put here and then enter. So we have 0 since in an initial amount is 0. Then multiplied to 0.03. 0.0075 is equal to 0. So in the quarterly payment, by getting the quarterly payment, is we should put an equal sign, and then just click the payment, and then put a dollar sign the before and after of the letter of the payment. So we put a dollar sign here, and then just click enter. So we have $465.31. So in the final amount, by getting the final amount, is we should put an equal sign, and then just type the sum, then put an open parenthesis, and then just click the final amount, and then comma, and then the interest, comma, and the quarterly payment, and then close parenthesis, and then enter. So we have 465.31. So in the second initial amount, in the second period of the initial amount, is we should just copy the final amount in the first period. So we should put an equal sign, and then just click the first period of the final amount, so, and then enter. So we have 465.31, and to make it easier, we should drag it down, and the seam here, drag it down, just drag it down, and then just drag it, try to drag it down till 20, then we back to the just drag it down, so we have here the 00, and then next is the quarterly payment. So we should drag it down until the 20th period. So in the final amount, we have perfect. So we have the same future value and the 20th period final amount. So our sinking fund schedule is correct. So here we got the future value, which is 10,000, and then in the 20th period of our final amount is 10,000. So it is correct. So our sinking fund schedule is correct. Perfect. So that's all for today, and I hope you have learned something about my video lessons. So thank you everyone, and have a nice day.